Hey there, everybody. This is Alexander Brandon, and I'm coming at you with a first attempt at just trying to capture some video and record my use of the Chipsynth Porta FM by Plug. Not Plug. I always thought it was Plug. My headphone wire is going to interfere with the microphone wire, which is a Rode Smart Live Plus. You got to say that in an Australian accent. And this is unscripted. This is just attempting to show you what we can do, or what I can do, with just a little bit of effort with this really cool Porta FM plugin from Plug. Thank you to David at Plug, who's not, I wouldn't call him a one-man band for this company. I'm sure there's other people that help him out, but he does quite a lot. And he makes most of this stuff. And yes, I'm highly technical in these recordings here. So Chipsynth Porta FM, this is pretty cool. It is derived from Yamaha PSG/OPL chipsets. The OPL, of course, is from the Ad-Lib music synthesizer. You can see a lot of information. And nice little keyboard. And yes, I'm controlling this. And I'm going to have to block out the, you can probably hear, if I was to put my key playing in here, you'd hear the latency. So I can play more notes than I could on an ad-lib. Oops. Yeah, I think that was maybe already, well, maybe that was 11. There was a limit on the ad-lib synth for 11 simultaneous notes. And, or you could do 7 notes and some percussion, if I recall correctly. It's been a while. Sorry for the noise you're going to hear from the... Hold on a sec. Let's... Learning as I go, sports fans. There we go. Cable's out of the way, even though it doesn't matter if the speaker's on the wrong side. Okay, so... yeah, this is pretty neat. It does have different settings. What I think I wanted to be able to show you was... Edit! So let's take a look at the Ad-Lib instrument maker from way back when, the stuff that I used on the game Tyrion, which came out in 1995, a project spearheaded, and most of the stuff was done by a combination of myself, Jason Emery, he did the lion's share, and then the artwork by Daniel Cook, who now runs, is it Spry Fox? I forget lots of things now. But... Yes, Tripletown is a game that came out from his company, and Steambirds is another one, and there's a recent one that just came out that is more along the lines of, he's really delving into like pushing the envelope for game design. It is not following the crowd. It is looking at things like connectivity and emotions and actual human response and how it all works in conjunction with games, not just let's keep rehashing the same crap over again. So check out Lost Garden. That's Daniel Cook's page. Jason works at PopCap Software, making magic with those people, and I am still working on music and sound design after all these years. 1995 was Tyrion. Wow, that's a little while ago. So yeah, so we have, I mean, FM, you can look at tons of YouTube videos for the concept. It is not just a simple waveform that is manipulated by saying, oh, let's make it flat or let's make it a sine wave. Or it has, you have your standard waves, because the waveform control for instrument maker is down here. And then you modulate it, you essentially layer, I think, another wave on top of it with various settings. So you have a carrier wave, which is the bass, and then the modulator wave, which affects that wave in a different way. Essentially, I mean, it's all derived from waves, really, because that's how sound works. But at the same time, frequency modulation, hence the modulator aspect here, was how we first delved into synthesis on sound cards on PCs in the late 80s. And it's kind of neat to learn about. I guess the kids are really interested in that sort of thing, and it helps inspire me to watch very cool YouTubers and other people explore this space. So let's stop the yapping. I'm just going to mess around. So this is your, it's a fairly common game sound. Messing around and messing up. great for chords. And this is just an initialization. So this is OPL2. And let's just take a bass. This is a little different. This is a bit of a departure from, these presets are a little bit of a departure from what you would see natively on an ad-lib. And as you can see, I did look at the manual to see what these things, obviously ASDR is self-explanatory, attack, sustain, decay, and release. But then you have mull, kussel, tull, and fub. And then you have ASDR here followed by mull and kussel. This, I'm guessing, well, this is the modulator and that's the carrier, right? So you've got wave here. So let's see if we can change the wave. So that's a fundamental. And so that's going to change more of the aspect of the sound. In fact, let's do some old school stuff, people. Let's drag this out of the way a little bit. Let's go into Nuendo, our beloved Nuendo. Now, I've been using Nuendo since forever. You might see some videos from me on this thing, so blah, blah, blah. Let's stop the blah. Let's go into here. Let's set our quantization level at 1/16th, and let's start writing some stuff piano roll, just like we did in the ad-lib days. So let's go. Let's see what we can do here. All right. Yeah, it's a little bit of a difficulty. Let's check it. And I have to set my Avid S1 so that I can do this with hardware instead of the mouse. Let's set our default velocity a little higher. There we go. No, not 172. Thank you. Ooh, that's neat. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. A little bit less there. Dun, 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 dun. Dun. Dun, dun. And let's take the second one down. Oh, down there. All right, cool. How cool is that? All right, so we'll make this a bass instrument and a little simple bass line, and we don't need the metronome, so we can take the metronome off. I think. Let's just stop that. That's interesting that it was playing. That almost sounded like it wasn't quite right. It is a half step higher. Let's fix that right now. It's a little low, so it's hard to hear the tone. Let's make sure the grid is selected, and let's just copy this set of events over and over, right? And we'll loop it. And here's where a lot of synthesizer people have fun, especially with modular. So let's go ahead and take this. Let's take this over here, go. All right, so if we change it to half, let's try sine. Pretty neat. Now, I don't want to bore you with the same line forever. But let's see what happens if we... Okay, not much change there. Not much change there. Whoa! Mull does something. Oh, I like that. That's some FME sound right there. You know, I almost hate to do this because it's really not, strictly speaking, old school sound chip, sound card stuff, but let's try some Echo Boy. And I'm yelling even though I don't need to. Oh, there we go. Maybe a little less of the, hold on. That's fine. That's fine. I'm just talking about the feedback. There we go. Yeah. Oh yeah, baby. I like that. All right. Cool. Well, that's nice and all. Let's just duplicate this track because that's the magic we can do now. And let's close this instrument, open this one, and just play around with something else. Let's try something a bit more. If I was Bob Ross, let's take that percussiveness and let's make it a little bit more. Let's put something smooth on top. Maybe a bendy lead. All right, that sounds kind of nice, but what do we do with this? And if we play with it, if we play with that parameter, I might be able to do it with automation, but that's kind of cool. kind of neat. That's an overtone. A lot of velocity sensitivity. Yeah. Another overtone here. Wow, it's like a ring modulator, isn't it? Now let's change the wave itself and see what happens. I kind of like that a little better, actually. So sine and sine, half and half. Wonder where that comes from. Well, let's take that and record something. So here we go. Let's see. All right, let's see. Let's give a nice count off here and some metronome. And see what happens. I'm gonna be lazy and quantize. Take off the metronome. That's kind of cool. But now, if we talk about... Okay, I want to modulate the TL, whatever that is. So let's take a look in our... let's look at our inserts. Right. Oh, no, not the Echo Boy, sorry. Instrument, we have Chipsynth. Here we go. Here we go. Mod. So what are we looking for? Oh boy, KS rate. This is different, represented slightly differently. Ahoy. So let's go back and see what it's called. It's TL. Okay? TL, and as I hover over it, I can't quite tell what TL is, but it's a modulator parameter TL. Just remember that. Why am I got a British accent? I don't know. Let's go into automation, modulator parameter TL. Let's find out. Mod TL. Well, there's tremolo, but I don't think that's what that is. Then there's the carrier TL, TL, TL. Good God, there's a lot of stuff in there. It's exposed. It's got to be a modulator there somewhere. Modulator parameter TL. You know, RTFM is calling my name right now. Read the effing manual. Good viewers, let's try and see if we can do this. I think there's a little help thing that I can just instantly access from here. Where's the question mark thing that I click on for help? God, need help, please, David. Ah, here we go. Plog, art and plog, art and technology. Help, there we go. So not Chip Crusher, Porta FM, here we go. Download. Okay, let's take a look. David Viens, he's from France and created this amazing software. Yes, I can't count the number of people I've insulted already with the terrible accents that I'm using. But however, talent is as talent does, which I'm not displaying. I went back into British. Here we go. Modulator and carrier. So what is TL? Come on, tell me. Ah, amplitude, modulator only. What does TL have to do with... Right. Travailler lent. Travailler lent. We'll call it that. For heaven's sake. Amplitude. Let's try this. Amplitude modulator. Let's see if that's what it is, shall we? Let's go to this and mod. Is there amplitude? No. Okay, let's go back to the thing. Let's go back into our manual. Okay. So I'm very confused. It's TL. By changing the volume of the modulator, you change the brightness of the sounds. That's kind of what I'm looking for. So TL, here we go. Filter, maybe it's filter cutoff. But still, man, seriously, it's like frequency multiplier, mult. Yeah, that's what that is. Frequency multiplier. It's TL, right? Mult, keyboard scaling and amplitude. TL, changing the volume of the modulator. Okay, let's go back. We're going to see. We're going to be here until we get it. Mult. Mult is mul. TL. Maybe it's level. Level and wave. Attack, decay, sustain, release, and feedback. Let's give it a shot, shall we? Let's see what this does. All right. Let's go. We're right here. Let's go. Wait, let's see if that corresponds to it at all. Yeah. TL looks like it's at 40. Is this at 40? I think we're in the right territory. So let's go up. Oops, nope. No. Oh, let's take the grid off there. There we go. So go higher. Yeah, that's what I wanted. And let's just sort of go around the bend. That's kind of neat. But it seems to affect it on the attack alone, and it depends on the volume of the attack. So if I go higher, see this I could really clearly hear. Let's see if changing the attack on that means anything. And it seemed you need to have a release in order to get that. Ah, well, interesting stuff. But plug Chipsynth Porta FN. We've only scratched the surface with this, and I highly recommend you check it out. I'm going to be playing around with this a bit more because I really like old school stuff. And if we really decided, well, what the heck, let's do it. Let's just choose this, and let's bring a little Mick Gordon in here, shall we? If you really know how to surgically use I have totally spaced on the effect. Distortion. I mean, we've got an element right there of doom. So, yeah, you can take these little elements from an FM synth and turn it into something incredibly driving and powerful. That's, like I said, that's a little Mick Gordon stuff for you. Just scratching the surface of that. Thank you so much for joining me. And this is Studio Short Take number 1, signing off.